Welcome back from break. Chad and now a Karen GPT? All right, I am at the edge of my seat if they're gonna help close this deal. How's everyone feeling? Oh, very convincing, all right. Well, welcome back. We have our next keynote speaker is our marquee sponsor, Gong, and we don't just love them because they're our marquee sponsor. We love them because of the data, the analytics, and the insights that come out of Gong Labs. So please allow me to introduce Udi Ledergor, Gong's chief evangelist, who is going to share data-driven insights into how revenue teams are evolving 2025 and beyond. Udi, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So here are three not so shocking facts. Seller productivity is at an all-time low. Revenue is hit or miss. It's unpredictable. 79% of us aren't hitting our forecast. At the heart of it lies 64% of reps who aren't meeting quota. We all know these facts to be true, but what can we do about them? Gong Labs data shows us AI investments are already paying off for early adopters. What we measured here is the impact of AI, the impact it's having on go-to-market productivity and efficiency. The magic number is typically used in SaaS and measures the growth organizations are able to drive from further investments in sales and marketing. So these ratios represent how much new revenue we're able to drive from every dollar spent on go-to-market costs. You'll see here that there's a direct correlation between revenue teams using AI and their go-to-market efficiency, with the most prevalent delta being at those enterprises over 1 billion who have larger economies of scale. If you're not already measuring your team's magic number, now's a good time to start as you begin to adopt new technologies and use cases for your team. While the potential of AI revenue transformation is real, there remains a lot of hype and confusion. Large language models, small language models, co-pilots, agents. There's just been a lot of AI washing over the past 2 years that has created some big myths. So allow me to address a few of them today. Myth number 1, your journey starts with AI. The reality is, companies should start their AI journey by establishing their data strategy, because your AI is only as good as the data that it's based on. Contextual data will be the key to unlocking the potential revenue guidance, prediction, insights, and overall company value. The first step in your revenue AI journey must be data. Good news, we have access to all the data we need to capitalize on the opportunity in front of our revenue teams. Bad news, the majority of us aren't capturing, analyzing, or acting on this critical data. Raise your hand if you are confident that your team fully understands the needs, preferences, and buying behaviors of your customers. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Okay. Couple of brave hands, not even that. Well, it won't surprise you that the overwhelming majority of sales leaders don't feel that their revenue teams understand the needs, preferences, and behaviors of their customers. Case in point. Let's do one more. Raise your hand if you strongly believe that your CRM delivers actionable insights your team knows how to follow up on. I know there are a few of you here. Come on. Any CRM lovers? Oh, we got one over there. Got a live one. Okay. No surprise again that only 12% of sales leaders believe their CRM delivers actionable insights. We're lacking the right data to intelligently run our businesses. But why is CRM data so bad? The average customer meeting is 30 to 60 minutes long, so about 5,000 to 6,000 words are exchanged, unless you're talking with me, in which case you need to double that number. The average CRM record, it's 30 to 60 words long. And that's if you're fortunate enough to get anything to summarize that meeting. And that's how you lose 99% of the customer information before even starting to understand what took place in that meeting. Those manually entered notes usually say something like this: great call, customer loves me, the deal is going to close on the last day of the quarter. We've all seen them. We use the same instance, I can tell. The 1% of CRM data represents the manual data entry that forces our sellers to work for our IT systems. The data is too generic to provide valuable insights, relevant guidance, or competitive themes. The missing 99% of conversational data could provide you with real-time dynamic insights into customer challenges, competitive threats, and deal opportunities. AI can help us turn pre-sales and post-sales conversations into gold, but you can't just use any AI. Generic AI can create summaries, but unless it has the context of your revenue process and your business, it will give you generic results. Let's look at the first example in the top left. Acme Company is offering a discount. Generic AI might understand that a discount is being discussed, but it won't know if that's a coupon for a concert or if that's a competitor, because it certainly doesn't know that Acme is your biggest competitor. When you have AI that knows your business context, it can extract customer data and revenue insights out of these signals. You can truly understand when there are competitive threats. You can truly understand when there are competitive threats, churn challenges, risks to forecasts, and buyer intent. And you can equip your team with the insights they need to take action. Myth number 2. We've all heard that since Gen AI came out on the scene, AI will replace a lot of revenue professionals. We just saw Chad and Karen sharing a moment. So we've been told that companies will incorporate AI into their revenue teams and poof, SDR, AEs, and CSMs will vanish. The reality is that there will always be a need for high-performing revenue professionals, like everyone in this room and our teams. Agents excel in specialized, narrowly focused tasks, which means that when a human expertly orchestrates these agents' workflows, they're acting as force multipliers. I can tell you that the risk for revenue professionals who don't adapt and leverage AI tools is that they'll be replaced by those who do. The takeaway here is adapt or risk extinction. Let's talk about AI agents and their limitations. We've all been hearing about AI SDRs lately. There's no arguing that prospecting is one important revenue workflow. But there are others, like account handoff, cross-selling, and dozens of others in a modern sales organization. And that's why I'm excited to share with you an exclusive first look. Drum roll, are you ready? At Gong's 14 purpose-built AI revenue agents, which are launching tomorrow. So you're literally the first group of people to get a sneak peek into this. So I hope you get excited as much as I am. I'm not going to go over all 14, but I'm going to share just 3 of them to give you a taste of what's coming. Gong has developed 14 AI revenue agents that are, 1, specialized, meaning they were built for specific revenue tasks, the opposite of generic AI. 2, they're configurable, which allows business users to adapt them to their needs, no coding required. And 3, they're embedded wherever your revenue teams work. Gong AI agents represent a new way of working, one where agents are embedded in the end-to-end process with natural handoffs between agents and humans. Gong AI agents unlock higher levels of productivity, predictability, and growth by expediting and optimizing critical revenue tasks, including automated data capture, pipeline management and forecasting, onboarding and coaching, knowledge transfer across your teams, strategic decisions, and engaging new and future customers. Remember full cycle sellers? those magical creatures rarer than unicorns who could prospect, close deals, and manage expansions? I do. They were quickly replaced by ever-increasing specialization in our revenue teams, which is how we ended up with SDRs, BDRs, ADRs, AE assistants, CSMs, deployment managers, sales engineers, and all our other friends on the go-to-market team. As we move toward a future of autonomous revenue, the core purpose of revenue teams will remain the same, but how we work will change. Here's how we've transformed the ways teams works from your sellers to the C-suite. Our customers expect anyone they deal with in your organization to have full context of their needs, their account history, and any issues they've been facing. Being honest with ourselves, how many of us can claim that our entire team provides that customer experience? Here's a Gong agent that solves that problem. Introducing AI Briefer. It uses structured templates to standardize and streamline how account, deal, and contact knowledge is shared and transferred. It reads through hundreds of emails and call transcripts that are associated with the account when an SDR needs to hand it over to an AE, or once the AE closed the deal and needs to move it to a CSM. It saves your team members a huge amount of time that would have gone into researching the account and briefing each other. Most importantly, it instantly elevates the customer experience. If you're an executive jumping into a deal to save it, you can now ask Gong to brief you on everything you need to know in an instant without asking your team to scramble for an executive brief. Think about the implications of doing this at scale for every account and for every deal. Remember when sellers left themselves deal reminders on Post-it notes? Get back to John, send Shelly the proposal. 25 years ago, that evolved into reps posting the same notes into their CRM. A little bit easier, for sure. But isn't it time we evolve and free our sellers' time to do deeper, more meaningful work while AI takes care of the drudgery? Now there's an AI agent for that. Introducing Gong's AI Tasker. It suggests AI to-do items so your team can focus on high-impact activities and the next best actions. What you see here is my rep Alex's to-do page in Gong Engage. It guides her through every step in the sales cycle from pipeline generation to closed won. For example, post-meeting, Gong Engage created this to-do prompt for Alex to send a follow-up to Alan. But wait, there's more. It not only nudges her to follow up, but also generates the email automatically for her, based on everything that was said in the conversation and everything Gong's AI picked up that she promised to send and that Alan asked her to send over. So with Alan now engaged as a new potential champion, Alex is free to open a new opportunity and go work on her pipeline. Now this is just one account. Our revenue team is busy replicating the same approach for all our other closed lost business to reinvigorate and re-engage them. So the big question is all the team's hard work paying off? We checked. Turns out that using AI guidance is an extremely helpful in increasing win rates across hundreds of revenue organizations that we analyzed. The more sellers followed the AI guidance, the higher win rates they achieved. Let's look at one final AI example. Training, onboarding, and coaching reps has always been hugely time-consuming, and we learned a lot today in the morning sessions about the importance of coaching and training and where they're going, and why the human factor needs to remain there and how important it is. Whether you ride along with your reps, test them on call scripts, or let them burn through live leads until they get their act together, there's no denying it's a really energy-consuming process. But then came the LMS systems and manual call reviews. More recently, we created AI-powered call reviews to allow sales manager to focus on coaching moving forward versus manually scoring cards on what has already happened. But very soon, all of this is going to be replaced by Gong's AI Trainer, our third agent out of the 14. Gong's AI Trainer agent creates realistic role-play scenarios that help reps master conversation techniques for coaching and for training. Instead of burning through live leads, your sellers now get a personalized AI coach who's been trained on your team's customer conversations and can simulate buyer objections, buying processes, and different buyer personas, all tailored to your team and sellers' needs. How's that for a revolution in how your leaders spend their time and how easily your sellers become proficient at record speed? Anyone excited, or is it just me? Pretty exciting, right? As we move towards a future of autonomous revenue, the core purpose of revenue teams will remain the same, but how we work will change. We're creating a future where human and artificial intelligence work hand in hand to orchestrate complex revenue plays to help you win your market. You might be wondering, is this revenue AI just a tech company thing? No, it's not. Gong's revenue AI is quickly spreading into traditional industries like healthcare, financial services, manufacturing, and many others, as thousands of revenue leaders just like you are realizing the competitive advantage it provides. Not adopting revenue AI this year means that you're choosing a competitive disadvantage. So takeaways. You need to start your AI journey by establishing your data strategy, because your AI is only as good as the data it's based on. Identifying your key revenue workflows unlocks opportunities to weave together human and artificial intelligence to work together and realize increased productivity, predictability, and growth. And choosing to prioritize AI competency and skill development for every member of your revenue team means you won't be replaced by those harnessing AI sooner or better than you. This will allow you to continue growing your business, winning your markets, and recruiting top talents. And isn't that what we all want? Thank you.